Welcome to Behind the Scenes. This is Rec Room's attempt at kind of teaching people how to use some of the different game making features that they've got. So we're going to explore this room together and just see what all it is. Also, there's a beautiful scene I'm looking at here. Look at that. It has these little narrations, so we're just going to listen to those as we go through. Behind the Scenes with the Creation Factory.
Welcome to the Creation Factory's Behind the Scenes room. Here, we show some of the ways creators can use Rec Room's design tools to create engaging experiences. Take a tour to learn tips and tricks on modeling, texturing, game circuitry, lighting, audio design, and more. This room will be updated throughout the year to highlight more helpful advice that you can use to enhance your own creations.
I'm wondering why they didn't use Coach, though. Interesting. They use an AI voice. And then the fact that they'll be updating it, I bet you they're going to take community submissions as to how they can update it. But let's start with, it says go to the left. Well, this is actually the first one I saw, which is data tables. This is one of those things that I'm kind of scared to touch. I mean, I understand it basically, but I don't know. Let's see what she said about it.
A data table is a visual tool that makes it easier to manage complex data. Data tables are especially useful for tasks like progression systems, rewards, game states, and player or enemy stats, like in a RPG. To use, spawn a data table definition chip, beta, and configure to add columns and rows to input your data. You can also extract information using chips, like data table read cell, in order to perform operations based on specific rows and columns. Use the data table in the exhibit to see how a simple game system can be created using triggers and events.
All right, let's see what we end up with here. All right, let's just do button press and then choose event. Light on, light off. Okay, so now I don't see a light. Huh. They're all... Oh, there it is. I see it. If I did light off. This is cool. I wonder why we can't do this. Probably a studio thing, right? So now the blue light... maybe not. Button press, light on, enter area, light off. There we go. Okay. Let's see. The next line here is swing handle, which I guess you would use for the bonky hammer and stuff like that.
Swing handles can be used to create custom melee weapons or objects that are swung. These could be things like swords, axes, or hammers. To create one of these objects, you will need to use a swing handle component, a model of your weapon or object, a collision detection volume, and a piston to attach them. The following diagram shows how these components fit together to create a swinging object.
Interesting. Okay, now I've already known about how to do that essentially, but the fact that they give you this little kind of tutorial about it, that's pretty cool. So there's boxes in here. These are the ones from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. Right? So this is a nice model. I wonder, I can see the piston. Oh no, it's not a real piston. Okay, so I was like, you could see it, but you can't. Well, you can kind of see it. So how do you make it to where, I guess I've never tried to make breakable boxes with the collision volume, but now see, I feel like the animations for the cubes, that's probably a studio thing, right? And the sound playing and everything, but still, that's pretty cool, right? I like that it's a little mini tutorial. You do kind of need some experience to be able to hook everything up, but if you're experienced enough, you could probably figure out how to do that. Next up, we've got, follow the lines here. This is the stuff that I don't know how to do, is modeling. And texturing, I don't know, that's some studio stuff, but okay, modeling, here we go.
Low poly models are objects with a small number of faces. The less faces or polygons you have, the easier it is for some devices to render these objects. Modular building is a way to optimize your scene for performance. This means you can build models out of a kit of objects. It allows Unity to render that object once and reuse the same mesh in the scene. Notice how the objects below made a wall. Taking these small steps to optimize your assets will improve the player experience and reduce lag. Can you see how the castle is made using the modular pieces?
I see what they're doing. They have this castle model, and then you're given all the pieces. I didn't think there was going to be a puzzle involved. So I guess what they're saying is to make your pieces in such a way that they can just fit together, and you can make various different things using the exact same pieces, essentially. Let's try to make it.
5 minutes later.
No, I messed it up. Okay, well, anyway, you can come in here and build your own castle, all right? I'm not very good at it. But I get the point that they're making. Almost make your thing into blocks that you can repeat and move around and stuff. I guess I never thought of modeling in that way. Audio design. Okay.
Another way to bring character to your environment is by adding audio. Audio design includes music, ambient sounds, sound effects, and voice. You can use more than one audio clip to create a soundscape that complements your environment.
One thing I will say is there's a lot of people who seem to like not select these when they do their sounds. Like, make sure when you put music that you put music on the music thing and don't put it on the voice thing, because sometimes you want to take music off for videos and stuff, but if you're muting everybody, it doesn't work. So then if we go in here, I think we're doing lighting as well, because that's right here.
Lighting is another way that you can bring your room to life. You can change the lighting by adjusting the color, hue, intensity, brightness, and range, how far the light can be seen. The color of your lighting is very important. Certain colors can change the player's feeling or mood of the environment. For example, red can feel dangerous and green can make you feel safe.
We've got this whole little scene here with the sandcastle, right? And then we mess with... Alright, we've got scary music. Oh, what is that? Dude, how is that working? It's like changing the background color of the thing.
Today will be your final day of reckoning.
I don't know. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. And then we go back over here to the texture. So,
Adding color, pattern, and other visual details to your model is called texturing. It is what gives shapes, depth, and character. We use two types of textures in this room. Tileable textures repeat over and over, looking like a bigger texture. These are best used for large shapes like terrain, water, and walls. A texture atlas is an image with lots of smaller textures to save on memory. You can place individual faces on different parts of the atlas to use more than one texture on an object. These also work great for objects with solid color or less detail.
I don't really understand that. Touch any color on the texture atlas to see an interactive UV mapping animation. Okay, what does that do? I guess it's talking about like these little parts right here that have one color instead of the brick texture, maybe like up there. But wouldn't you need an atlas? Like, wouldn't that be something that would be studio? What did you guys think about this behind the scenes place? I'm curious to see how they update it and what they change. This is definitely a good way to have the little interactive exhibits. It's almost like a little museum that helps you make your ideas in Rec Room better. Now, if you made it through this video, you might enjoy this video here. Click on it and find out. RCL Man out. What's up, 9%? Put a dog emoji down in the comments so I know you made it this far. Bye.